Hi viewers, welcome back to Art with A and I. So what we're going to be painting today is a landscape. So what you're going to do first is get your supplies. This is going to be a watercolor project, so you're going to need watercolor paintbrushes and paint. The colors you'll need is black, orange, and blue. And first you're going to sketch it. So there is 7 lines. So you're going to just sketch very lightly 7 lines on the paper. They don't have to be exact, but just do it your own way. So once you have it all sketched, take your paintbrush and dip it in your orange. And you're just gonna start painting on your line. Just start. And you can just you can add as much water or as less water as you want. If you want to make the orange a little deeper, you can also grab like a pinkish color to add. The pink looks, so yeah, I would actually get like a pink or almost like a deeper orange, and you can add water to that. I'm not going to have the pink right now. I'm just doing some lighter orange, and you can just freely mix the colors. So yeah, once you have your yellow, once you have your yellow done, you can actually just so you can take your yellow or your orangish pinkish color and dip it in the water to make it a little bit more lighter, so you can have it go from really deep to the top and just make it go lighter. And you can also just blend it. Okay, so next you're going to take your blue and water it down a lot. So just take your blue and stick it in the water so it's watered down, and then just take a light scene and put it over, but very lightly. If it comes out too dark, you can use your paintbrush to move it so it comes out a little bit lighter. You can make like a greenish color. So you can take your paintbrush and mix some yellow and then some blue to make like a turquoise to add. So you can also just paint over your layers a bit. You don't have to. So I drew 7 layers for mine. I'm going to paint over a lot of them. So you can take, so yeah. And you can make like a bunch of fun colors. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a bunch of different greens for this to put on top. So, yeah. It's okay if your colors mix in with each other a little bit. It'll just create like a bit of a different color. Now that you have that, you're going to take like a green or a turquoise and then just start from the top. Like, you can start with a darker color and then just come down. I'm going to do a darker color at the top. I'm gonna do a bit of a darker green at the top. So yeah, and then I'm going to go to a bit of a lighter color, shade of green. You can do this if you want. If you want to, you can do different colors if you'd like, or different shades. This is just what I'm doing right now. So yeah, after you have, so yeah, you can just also add like, you can just add some water to some of your layers to make them a bit lighter, or if you want to blend them a bit. Blending is a really pretty option. It makes the colors like, then you can take your orange-ish, like darker orange, and mix it a little bit with your yellow to create like a sand color, and then spread that on top. It might mix a bit. You can just actually take a paper towel and just dot it out. I'm not going to do that right now, because yeah, but I'm just going, because I want to let it mix a bit and make a really cool color. So yeah, just take and you can also take some orange and have it go on top. So yeah, if you have any colors mixed that you don't want mixed, just take a paper towel and just dot it. So and just say the other. And if you get colors, if you don't have any, you can just actually move the paint with your brush. Just separate it. So that's what I'm gonna do a little bit. So now we're gonna make a really deep turquoise, and we're going to do the trees here. So just mix your blue and green, or your blue and yellow, however you want to do it. Do more green than blue. So you'll have a deeper turquoise. Okay. And then you're just going to go through and go on top. So you can take your brush and just go lightly on top. I'm going to water down my turquoise a bit because it is a little dark. I would like it a little lighter. If you're making your turquoise from blue and green, or your greenish color from blue and green, then add more yellow than blue. So you're just going to have like an arch come up and then down where the bush line is. Then you're going to take your blue and you're going to paint in between that arch. You can leave a little bit of white space if you want, but yeah. Also, if your colors are mixing a lot, just you can just dry your brush off, so it'll help them not mix as much. So I wouldn't leave too much white space here, but you can if you want. But I would pretty much have most of it together. So now you're going to water down your blue a lot, make it very clear, and then just go on top. And it'll make like almost a really nice turquoise. And a bluish color. So now you're going to take some blue, green, a bit of orange, and some black to make the deep color for your bushes. So just take your black, mix it with a little bit of, like a tiny bit of orange, and then mix it with not a tiny amount, a large amount of turquoise, because you want it to contrast. And before you put it on your paper, I would take a bigger brush and just wet it down. And then just put wet water. Don't pour it, but take your brush and then just go up and down with water on the top where your skyline is. That'll make it more like contrasty. It's okay if some of your green bleeds through. And then take your green black creation. Take your green black creation and you're just gonna make it look like a bush. Like just start here and see how it bleeds, how it goes around. That is why we use the water, because it makes it look like really cool, like a really cool tree forest. And then just go around, and if you want, you can always add more water. So I'm gonna put a little more black. I'm not gonna water down this at all, because I just want it to spread. And if it's not spreading enough, you can always just take your brush, dip it in more water, and it will spread out more. And then if you also want to add like a bit of a sunset, or is there anything else you want to add, you can go ahead and add that. But yeah, and then you can also add some more colors. Like it's not as dark as I want it to be. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a bit more black because I want it to be a little darker. So I can just take some black and it'll actually spread and even out. I'm just going to take some of this and then just put it over to make it a little more darker. And then I'm going to take some water to wash it down a bit. I can move some of the paint over. And there we go. I will probably add some more to it, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good for this. I hope you enjoyed painting your landscape, and yeah, as always, thanks for watching.